Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Adam C. Moreno Show. I hope you are feeling good today. So check this out. Here's a wild story that's just blowing my mind right now. So guys, there's a growing number of Democrat senators. It's like 23 right now, and they all posted the same story. They're all reacting to the same clip. They're all sharing the same information word by word, and they're all even using the same microphone by the way, and they're all sitting in the same exact position. It is just so weird, and it is just crazy. This thing has been seen over like 20 million times now. It is insane. And again, it goes back to the idea that right now the Democratic Party has no voice, it has no message, it's just lost. They're in scrambles, there's no leadership, and it's just really sad. So let's go ahead and watch this video and then talk about it real quick. Please consider liking and subscribing if you want to be part of these conversations in the future. It's one of the best ways to help me out. Okay, let's go jump right in.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
That ain't true. That's what you just heard. Since day one of Donald Trump's presidency, prices are not down, they're up. Inflation is getting worse, not better. The prices of grocery, gas, housing, eggs, of essentials, it's not getting better, it's getting worse. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has done enough for goose eggs to lower prices. Instead, he's part of violent who savagely beat police officers on January 6th. He's letting Elon Musk take a chainsaw to vital government programs, and then, even worse, giving him access to Americans' most sensitive data, social security numbers, tax returns, health care returns. He's fired thousands of essential workers, people who help our veterans get their benefits, people fighting Ebola in Africa so it doesn't come here. He's frozen funding for vital programs that so many American families need: cancer research, education funds, payments to family farmers, and so much worse. Why are they doing this? Trump, Musk, Doge are taking these vital services away from you for one reason only: so they can give tax breaks to their billionaires club. Their plan is awful, simply awful. Billionaires win, families lose. Well, billionaires win, is the truth. And that is the truth.
And that is the truth.
Guys, that was a tough watch. It really was. You know, I've seen a lot of anti-Trump, anti-Elon, and anti-Doge messaging, but this has to be the worst display. It is so embarrassing because to me, whenever I watch this, I'm like, do the leaders of the DNC have such a little faith in these elected officials that they have to hold their hand and walk them through an entire script? These guys had a teleprompter in front of them. They had a cast and a crew show up, and they're like, okay, this is what you got to say. Don't steer from the script. Like, to just read the words and we'll take care of the rest. And all these guys, all 23 of them, said, okay, sounds good to me. I don't have to think. Sounds good. I don't need to do anything else. I just read. Okay, perfect. This is the mic that I hold. Okay. And it's just, to me, this is the most bot-like action I've ever seen. In one of the comments, someone said, so someone has this meme of just a bunch of gray people, like they're all in unity, all in conformity. And it's like, okay, now we're sad. Now we're happy. Now we're this. And it's like, this is the current state of the Democratic Party. It is crazy. And I wish it was just these three, but no. I'm telling you, this is like, there's like 23 of them right now, all sharing the same exact thing. And to go even further, it's not just our elected officials, it's these anchors who are speaking to everyday Americans. And look at this. I saw this in Tim Pool's post. He says Democrats all spewing the same scripted talking points like robots. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. But check this out.
All personalized and agenda control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
And again, right now, he took that moment, that perfect moment, to flip what Democrats are saying, because Democrats in this moment are saying, like, okay, yeah, like this is a threat to our democracy. And no, Tim Pool is saying, no. You guys are the threat to the democracy. This is the threat to the democracy. There's so much there, like, for all the love that you have for diversity, there's no diversity of conversations, not even a diversity in the script. There's no diversity of thoughts. And that's the real danger to democracy, if you ask me. Charlie Kirk even chimed in. He says 22, it's now 23. But 22 Democrat senators have published the same embarrassing video. Whichever consultant thought this was a good idea should be fired. And you know what? I immediately thought, maybe it's like some Gen Z consultant. Maybe they're trying to reach some new voices, new people, because they're really struggling in this younger demographic. And I thought, oh my gosh, maybe it's that David guy who just got brought on as the vice chair of the DNC. Everyone thought this was a really masculine figure who's going to speak and appeal to younger voters, and maybe that's it. So you know what? I just had that quick thought from Charlie Kirk, and it even goes back to something that Elon Musk has shared earlier today, because Ted Cruz actually responded to this same video saying that Doge actually fired all of the speechwriters. And I immediately thought, there's no way this is possibly true. But you know what, guys? There's no community note on Ted Cruz's post here, and this has 11 million views. If this was inaccurate, I feel like we would have seen a community note by now. So the fact that there's not one is actually very, very telling. Anyways, Elon Musk responded saying sorry with some laughing emojis, which is super funny. There actually is a community note on this saying this isn't true. It is public knowledge that he isn't sorry about firing all their speechwriters. Elon Musk, if there is any one person who is very enthusiastic about Doge, it is definitely Musk for sure. But again, going back to the Democratic Party, there's this one comment underneath Charlie Kirk's post that says, this should be the final nail in the coffin for the Democrat Party. Everything about them is fake and staged and paid for with our tax dollars. The Democratic Party needs to be shut down and outlawed. But I do agree with part of this, because so much of what we're seeing is like a fabricated outrage, right? Like all of this, like you cannot unscript this. Like this was coordinated, and all 23 of these Democrats so far, they all sat down and they thought, okay, you know what? This is actually a good idea. Let's go ahead. We're all going to say the same thing. We're all going to have the same script. We're all going to use the same microphone. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so good. Like they all thought that. No one thought that's a bad idea. Not a single one of them thought this was a bad idea. Not a single one of them questioned this at all. They just did what they were told. And we talk about this idea a lot, that right now, like the Republican Party, they're really the disruptors right now in this space. They're the ones who aren't doing what they're told. They are kind of breaking things and moving fast. But in the same trade-off, that's what is needed to kind of get things done in this space. And I thought that was fascinating. So check this out. If you're ever curious about like which senators exactly all posted the same word for word script, Libs of TikTok did a good job of actually consolidating it. So go ahead and check this out. And I pray that your senator isn't on this list, because that would make you that might ruin your day a little bit. But check that out if you could pause it and just check. But I love that they actually asked a really important question at the end. She said, who's directing them to post this and who wrote the script? And right now we really don't know. Because again, there's no singular voice of authority of the Democratic Party. There's no leader. There's no leadership. All we have right now is the chairman of the DC and vice chairman of the DNC. Sorry, and it's like, is this enough? Like, is this the future of the party? Is this the future of the party where there's no singularity and it's all conformity? And it really begs the question, like, is this even unity? Because I think that's kind of one interpretation of this. Like, oh my gosh, like look at all these people. The Democratic Party is so united right now. Isn't that amazing? And I just don't know if I see the world that way. I don't know if I see it as unity more so than I see it as conformity. And if I do see it as conformity, is that good? Or could we be better? That's kind of what I'm chewing on right now, but I'd love to know what your thought is here. So please go ahead and let me know. I'm really excited to hear your response on this. Anyways, that's the conversation. I hope it was good for you. I can't wait to hear what you think about this. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Stay sweet, and I will see you all next time. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.